So yeah, I decided to make a tier list in Summoner's War. And yeah, you might think, well, that's unusual, but you know, as they say, the dildo of surprise rarely comes looped. Anyway, in order to like rank all the monsters, I actually screen capped all of the monsters, which was a pain in the ass to do. So we're gonna start off with the 1-star monsters, and we're gonna start off very strong with the Devilmon. Devilmon, what do we say to Devilmon? Like, Devilmon is the thing everyone needs, everyone wants, and it looks cute as fuck. I mean, don't you just wanna like go up a volcano and sacrifice that thing? Devilmon is an easy S tier. Next up, we're gonna have the Angelmons. Angelmons are also things to sacrifice. It's basically the pendant to the Devilmons. I never thought they were like that useful, so you know what? They go straight into the B tier. Next up, we have our slime, our lovely slime. And you know what? This is exactly the face I make when I make a summon session and I get like nothing at all. Yeah, this is exactly that face. Also, it looks kind of like sperm, you know? You know what? Sperm Boy goes into the D tier because D stands for dick. Next up, we have the Forest Keeper, which is just wood, basically. Good on the Forest Keeper, I suppose. So, Forest Keeper goes into, let's say, the C tier. We're gonna diversify here. Next up, we have some Mushroom. The Mushroom, it's a nice hat, to be honest. Sadly, there is not much room in S tier, so you know what? He goes into the C tier. We're continuing on with the Mimic. I just now realized that there is no Light Mimic. It's like impossible to get a Light Mimic. Racist, by the way. I would say in terms of C tier, it's like on the top so far. Armor Break is really good. Horned Frog is our next one. To be honest, he's like looking in two different directions. He's not a horned frog, that's more like a baked frog. Attack by decrease with that low chance, and that low decrease is like bottom of I think it's even D tier. You know what? Let's put the horned frog into D tier even after the slime. Okay, you know what? This looks like sperm. You know that the slime was borderline weird, but this is actually proper sperm. This is spooky sperm, like as it is. And just because of that, it has to go in the D tier. Like, it goes right next to the slime. It's like, you know what? It's the superior sperm. It goes even above it. We're continuing strong with the Sandman. Like, blue sand, sure. It has a sleep on the first skill. Like, that's pretty decent, I would say. Sleep, good speed as well. You know what? That stuff goes into, I assume, C tier. C tier above this one here. Yeah, that looks decent. Every time I see a pig, I just want to like put a power outlet into its nose. You know what I mean? Makes a mad dash towards a stun. Ooh, stun chance. And it's a 2-star unit. It has like very shitty speed. Oh my god. But you know what? That is actually usable, and you know what? I fed way more of those things to my monsters than like the Angelmon, so it goes on B tier above the Angelmon. Monster Flower. Monster Flower has, what the fuck? Throws blood-sucking spores to attack the enemy and recover 30% of the inflicted damage as HP. Never do that. Never knew that. Like, now we know. I'm not gonna lie, this is a very plain animation. You know what? That stuff goes into. That stuff goes into the D tier. D tier underneath, like above the frog, but not better than sperm. Definitely not. Surprise box. Huh. Inflicts damage by catching the enemy off guard. Oh, I like that because it's a surprise. It's a surprise box, and the skill is called surprise. I guess it looks fun. Like, just because of that, it goes into, let's say, B tier, but bottom B tier. Skull Soldier. I never looked at this like very close. I also didn't realize that he has this kind of booty shake. Just a little bit. Skull Soldier, I like him. He gets up into C tier, but above on the C tier. He's like pretty damn good there. The bat is our next thing, and you know what? Bat is OP. Bat is insane. Even like the water one is like insane. Attacks all enemies. This thing used to be compared to Water Monkey King. I made a video about it and it's one of my best performing videos, so yeah, the bat is easily A tier. Our first A tier. Battle Scorpion has only one skill now again. Attacks the enemy 2 times and inflicts continuous damage. Damage increase all the way. But he's a defense type monster. What the fuck? Okay, you know what? Bottom of C tier. You suck. You're not just Sting, you also suck. It's pretty reliable. It's pretty damn good. It has an awakening. It has a leader skill. Increases the HP of ele monsters by 50%. Nice. You know what? That is decent. That is pretty damn good. The elementals in itself, we're gonna put the family, you know what, into let's put him into A tier. Finn is OG. Finn was like MVP most of the time. Like, you all probably don't remember this, but like 7-8 years ago, Finn, you used to build 3 Finns to actually clear the giant. There was no other way. Giant was so freaking hard, and your runes sucked, and you sucked back then, and everything sucked back then. Overall, I like them. They're like little devils. They actually, since they are that OG, they go next to the Devilmon, like in S tier. It's pure nostalgia that flows up in me when I see that guy. Alright, next up we have the Pixie family. Tatu has a second awakening at this point, and you know what? This Shannon has been used like all the time. The dark one is still being used in Siege. The water one can be used sometimes. The fire one was used for the longest time. Into, you know what? It's in the B tier. It's the top of the B tier. Come on, go there. Okay. You know what? I hate that. I hate fucking Yetis. I hate all of them. I hate this for TOA. I used this as a healer, but he sucked. And this freaking thing, when Veramos was a thing, when Veramos first came, the fusion, everyone wanted this, and you had to randomly get an SD, and then someone had to let you in. Just because he annoyed me so freaking much back then, it was a hassle to get him. I'm gonna put him, the Yetis in general, into the C tier. That was really annoying back then. The Hellhounds. Hellhound, they need a second awakening. You know what? If they would have a second awakening, I would rank them higher, but for now, they are definitely, let's say, top C tier. The Elementals, and here it's a little bit weird because some of them are 2-star and some of them are 3-star, so please don't twist my balls when I like just mix up some of them. So I ranked them by family. I think it was Ragdoll stages or something, and they had to kill themselves about just attacking him. I never got to run it, but holy shit! Do you see that base speed? 122. I never knew that he was that fast. Holy shit. You know what, just because of this base bit of this element alone, we're gonna rank him into, let's say, C tier, 2nd place after the Hellhounds. The Garudas. Garuda? Giants or something like this, like the optimized teams, because they are the only burps and monsters in the game that have a decent brain. And the rest I don't really care, so... Burp, Coney, to be honest, I don't really like those, but we need those, and when we like it, but we need it, so we have to rank it a little bit higher, I guess. So let's say it is 2nd place B tier. Salamander, Sharman. Besides TOA, you don't really see them. And I remember that someone tried to make them work in any way, shape or form, but at the same time I forgot about it, so we don't give a fuck about this, so... yeah, welcome to the D tier, even after Sperm. Oh boy, the Harpoos. Harpoo. If it wouldn't been like for her other useless sisters, I would say she ranks higher, but just for Colleen, useful and needed for raid, so we're gonna put it right after Konamiya and B tier. Howl! The Howls! Also have a second awakening. I make a confession, I never made a Lulu. I never met Lulu and friends. This is the exact time when I stopped playing competitive Siege. so I don't have that thing. Water one is like the bane of our existence for the longest time before pre-nerf. That was pretty damn annoying. And you know what? Just because of that, because I hated that thing back then, the Howls go into the C tier, like middle of the pack, I guess, middle of the pack, just because I hate them. The Viking family, our fat boy, he is good. We need him. Like, he is essential for raid teams. He basically elevates the whole family up. Like, he carries them on their back. So Vikings we're gonna put up into, let's say, B tier, on the top of B tier even. Like, Jensen is that good. Oh boy, hitting those nostalgia feelings with the Ramagod. Ah, Ramagos, it was such a nice time with him back then. The Dark One is also pretty damn nice. Fire can be used in a way. Light is, I think, very suicidal, if I remember correctly. But yeah, just because of Ramagos. Ramagos has that nostalgia factor, so we're gonna put the War Beers into A. Like, second place of A. Fairies! I mean, everyone knows it, Elucia is one of the very first monsters you actually get in the game. They got a second awakening, they were extremely good at one point. Not just extremely good looking, if you know what I mean. It's kneel. Oh god, I would kneel before you. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, they're good, yeah, sure. Fairies, good, S tier, easy S tier. We have reached the 3-star monsters. Gonna start off with Kabila, and Prilia is now needed for giants for most of the teams. Although she is still super weird and misses her armor break all the fucking time. If it wouldn't be for that, she would rank higher, but overall I would say they are pretty damn good, so, and needed again, so they go into the B tier above this one here. Inogami is one of the rare cases where every single monster, every single element was and is used in Summoner's War. Like, that makes it actually insane if you think about it. Like, this is a very good boy. This is such a good boy. Like, this is. I wonder if there's like a tier where nothing else is like, all the elements are good. You know what? He deserves his own tier. There we go. Like, he comes into the good boy tier. Serpent, Shylock, Fao, Armada, Alpuria, Mantura, in definite need of second awakening or some kind of makeover. They look very angry. Weird design. You know what? I'm gonna put them into bottom of C tier. The golems. I would argue that the golems are just as iconic as the archangels. Ah, that's a nostalgia monster. You know what? I'm a nostalgia bitch, so we're gonna put that up into the A tier, bottom of A tier. Griffins, let me think. Is every single one can be used? Let me think. The dark one, situational. The light one, pretty damn good. Wind one, pretty damn good. Water, sometimes for RTA. Fire for TOA hell. You know what? That's pretty damn good Griffins. So, you know what? We're gonna put them into A tier. Like, let's on the top of A tier. They are really good. The Infernos. I was thinking those are like top candidates to get like second awakening. Between them, I guess Water one is the most interesting. Like, he has a 50% attack bar increase. That's nice. Bottom of C tier. High Elementals. They are really good. I dislike their design. I never really came around to like their design, so sorry, you go in the bottom of B tier. Beermans! Ah man, it's like, oh man, like a man. That guy back then, he was the strongest healer in the game. I shit you not. He was like so freaking good. And he did also do quite some damage. Like, this guy was the bane of so many people. But yeah, Beerman gets the nostalgia effect. You go up into, I would say, S tier even. Believe me, Aman back then was that good. The werewolves, also a second awakened family. This is one for you furries out there. Like, very good base speed and base HP, but overall he does nothing. He's like, oh, I'm healing, and I'm getting more healing because I heal. The fuck? Still, they are really, really decent. Let's put them into A tier. I would say above the war beers. It's too bad that they don't have a second awakening. I would love to see a second awakening for those. They all seem good. Like Lynn is fun, Mara is cool. I like the animation they have of the leaves in the back as well. You know what? Because Lynn was that good, we're gonna bump it up to like here, like underneath those things that are used. Like it's B tier, middle of the bunch, like low middle, I guess. Oh wow, yeah, okay, now here is the furry thing. I love the fact that we got martial cats, which is already very furry-like, and then the skin of it is just make it even sexier. Like, dude, I play games to not get horny. My mind says no, but my lower half says something very different, so... Don't judge me. I guess it can still be very annoying if you have an Artamiel, if you have a Molly. Vagabonds go into, let's say C top tier even, yeah. Epicon priests. Are the Epicon priests epic? Chloe is. Chloe is nice. I remember Chloe was one of the only units that had immunity back then. And Rashid looks fun, but sucks in a bad way. B tier. Middle of B tier. Chris and Bethany are nice. Bethany I don't have, so it's not the first time that girls avoid me. A tier. Middle of A tier. Fami, a little special case, the only monster in the game with crit damage, elite. You might think that's kind of cool for my videos, because I'm the crit damage guy apparently. Sadly is that it's only 25% and it makes way more sense to bring an attack lead instead. Still, nice ponytails and girl, so... Sometimes they attack like 8 times, it's really fun to use, but other than that, they all kind of suck, so they're in C tier. I would say, yeah, kind of middle of C tier, even less maybe, like here. That seems decent. I'm gonna be honest for a second, I completely forgot that those exist. Pretty damn nice. Gina is cool, we still use her. We use Linda in a way. We don't really use Celia because she's silly. Megan used to be used. Now people don't use her anymore. I mean, not in the game at least. They use her for different reasons. We cannot say publicly on YouTube without getting age restricted. Yeah. Frine. I love Frine. Frine is such a good unit. I would love to make use of him a little bit more, but shitty defense, shitty speed, but insane skills. And South is still used as well, because funny unit. You know what? My list, my rules, S tier. Pretty damn nice units, and I love that they are so massive that you cannot see the enemies sometimes. So I also like that they don't have legs. A tier. Top of A tier, like second place. Drunken Master, oh boy. I'll tell you something. At every single Summoners War meetup, I see a bunch of Drunken Masters around. Look fine, but I guess they go into the bottom of C tier. Yeah. Long story short, they are bad. They suck. But you know what? They are better than Sperm, I suppose. So, come on, let me. So, like this. She has speed lead, only 10% though. But everything else is amazing. So, it's Fran. It's Fran. What do you want me to say? It's fucking Fran. Fran goes into A tier. Like around here. The lizards. The lizards. Oh god, I wish they could second awaken as well. Like, lizards sound so fun to use. He's also like looking in 2 different directions, so. You know what? Lizard goes into the bottom of C tier. Next up, the Taoists. I remember this guy, Gun Pyong, or whatever his name is. I tried to make a video with him, but he sucked so bad that I just didn't upload it because it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so. Well, yeah, welcome to the C tier. None of them are used, none of them are really good in the way, they are just fun. And also like really fun to look at, so guess that's that. Belonging to the C tier, but I don't know where, so I'm just gonna put you here. What do you want me to say? Marth. Like, Marth could carry this. Marth deserves like his own whole list, basically. Like, every single Marth is the best Marth. Penguin, best burp. Like, no discussion whatsoever. Even the others are useful, in a way. Best penguin ever. Like, you know what? You know what? Marth is a good boy. Marth is a good boy. Marth is best boy, even. Like, Marth for president. I remember that he has very good multipliers, so he can basically one-shot the whole team if you rune him correctly and you have the right setup. Sadly, other than that, nothing much going on with those. I like them, but at the same time, not as good, so... You know what? Bottom of B tier. We haven't put anything in B tier in a long time. It's a Lauren. Lauren is just too good in everything, so... She single-handedly carries this whole shit into A. The charge shark. Oh, the martial artist. I remember I always wanted to play with them and I never did. And I think I never will. Mummy. I have literally nothing to say about the mummies. You get one for free, you got one which is okay-ish, this guy here, but so situational, kind of weird. Let's put them middle of C tier, not even lower than C tier, like somewhere down here is fine, I think. Oh boy, oh boy. Crawler and the Second Awakening recently, bulldozer, tractor, crane, driller, everything is usable, everything is good. And one of my favorite units in the game. And my best performing video on my YouTube channel as well. If you want to watch it, maybe I'm gonna plug it somewhere in the top right side, I think, maybe. You will see, maybe, we'll see. Crawler, also easy choice. He goes on the top as well. You know what, I'm gonna put him in front, like in the middle of here. Like, he's not better than Marth, but damn boy. This thing, it pulls it down. I hate it. Everyone hates it. You hate it. You suck. You're an idiot. You know what, Raccoony, you're below sperm. I don't like you. You are below sperm. Fuck you, Raccoony. Ein Harry. That's like really a weird thing. And stuns all monsters. Like, cannot be resisted. It sounds fun, but yeah, it's kind of weird. So Skogul, because I hated the Skogul meta at one point, goes into C tier, middle of C tier. We have reached the 4-star units. Why do I have hiccups right now? This is like a little bit annoying. They look okay-ish, I'd say. I think the thing that annoys me the most is the look. I think like a 9-tailed fox could look a little bit cooler. You know, Shiva goes, let's say, Shiva goes into bottom of B tier. Undines. The Undines, Delphoy has been used, Tilasha for some time. I just realized, I don't give a fuck about them. See ya in the bottom of C tier. Tyron has been used even today. Shimi as well. So I never used them. So fuck them, I guess. Oh, I use Beretta. You know what? Because I use Beretta, it's middle of... I actually used him a lot. You know what? He is nearly B tier. Like, very close one. I don't know why, but the Sylphids... Every time you got a freer, it was like the worst thing ever. Dragon's team was Lumi and Ariel. They were the only things that stand, like the classic 7-minute or 9-minute Dragon's team. And the Sylphid family deserves a higher ranking, let's say A. Bottom of A because of nostalgia. I know that the water one is good, the wind has been used, like people used all kinds of shit, but at the same time, who cares? Succubus, in my head, is middle of C, somewhere around here. I mean, come on. They all have good speed lead for their elements, decent speed as well, all with 107. So ninjas are cool. I like ninja. Gonna put that up into the A tier. Well, like around here. The initial design is, I don't like it. And just because I don't like something, we're gonna put it down. Going down, down. C, still C on the top. Ow, I made this video recently and I now know how to pronounce him. It's Guillaume. How is that Guillaume? How? What kind of language is that? How? Phantom Thieves go up into top of B rank. But vampires overall are cool. And it's a Vertihill. It's, what do you want me to say? It's a Vertihill. Vertihill goes up into A tier, middle of A tier. The Rakshasas! Oh, I remember the time when there was like no attack bar reduction, like Fran or Lauren, so you had to use Hua to actually beat TOA normal, because we all sucked back then, and it took us like 25 minutes to finish TOA normal like, it was hard. It was hard. Hua and the whole family goes up into A for also A girl. What's your number? This unit, by the way, Arnold, was the defense god when I started playing the game, or when I played the game in the beginning. He could one-shot any single unit because you had no HP whatsoever. Nostalgia, big nostalgia factor, so we're gonna put that up in the nostalgia row up here, I would say even above Fran. Lich bitch! Oh, fucking hate Antares. Like, Antares, Alphas, the bane of my existence. One of them. Fuck you, Antares. See what you're doing in C tier. Oh, I love the Samurais. I would love to use them more often. I have every single one of them and none of them is actually decent. But he's cool. He looks cool. The skins are cool. Everything about him is cool. So coolness factor bumps him up to A tier, at least. Kung Fu Girls. Ling Ling, Shaolin, Hong Hue. I like the Kung Fu Girls. This is annoying in Siege though, and because I kind of bent my tablet recently because of this unit, I'm putting her into, let's say, in the middle of C tier. Homosexual hamster, basically. Down in D, biatch. Oh, I never saw that there was a timer on the back. Interesting. 0.5? That's kind of cool. I still hate it. Let's put you into C tier, like lower C tier. Hrungnir, oh boy. Look at what they did to my boy. This thing used to be so funny. You could get like 12 turns. Like, he was shit anyway, but if you get 12 turns, you killed like a whole team. It was so fun, and then they nerfed him. They even shadow nerfed him. I don't believe that 40% chance, by the way. But overall, I still use Hrus Fleck a lot, so overall, I would say they're B tier. B tier, middle of the pack. Best unit is probably still one of the best most units in the whole game. It will never change. So Galeon carries this shit up to the A tier. I would say even above, like right behind Vertihill. Wait, I think we have another family where everything can be used. Literally the worst one is the fire one, because you use her in the Windrift and you can bring basically everything into the Windrift. Now it's correct. We're gonna put him on the bottom though, on the bottom of the good boy girl list. Mermaids, Molly, one of my favorite units. Better, a unit I have for forever and never used. I didn't even have runes on her. Cichlid, pre-demo P, Tetra, good counter. Platy, very first one-shot day unit. I think this is, yeah, this is easy S tier. Like, this is easy S tier. Easy S tier, we're gonna put that over the Beerman. Yeah. Lupinus. The name is fun, so I guess that's plus. Magic Knights are easy A tier, actually. Let's put it here. The SS in. SS in. Can still be used, obviously, but hey. You can also still use toilet paper, but what am I, a beta? Oh, this one into middle of C tier, or like top C tier. The Neilstone agent from the very first call-up. Holy shit, I'm old. I am going towards my grave. C tier. Like, I don't know. Next to the assassin. The Neilstone fighters, on the other hand, also from the very first call-up. Lucas was fun because there was a bug one point where you could stack his shield to like infinity, and then you can break the record, and sometimes where has to reroll the accounts from all the people who did that by like 24 hours, and that was kind of fun. And Trevor was a menace back then. They shadow nerfed him like 3 times until he was like where he should be. So that was also fun. B tier, second place, I would say. Still being used in nearly every siege defense there is. Still being an annoying cunt. And I also use him, so I'm just as guilty. B tier. Pretty damn good nowadays. This has been used for a lot of siege defenses. This one didn't. This was kind of fun. I'm that annoying shit unit. C. Bottom of, like next to Antares. I hate those family. Like, I hate it with a passion. Yeah, I don't know. Triana is still like D unit for it, I guess. You know what? It's B. It's in the middle of B. It's funny to me that everyone says twins nowadays. No one says Chakram Dancer or Boomerang Warrior. They all say like the twins, just the twins. I would love to place them higher, but you know what? They go up into the A tier for place. And just because we're lazy, we're gonna put like the boomerangs next to it. Like, you know what? But above Shina because they have Martina in their ranks, and Martina is broken. Windy, apparently the most annoying unit. It's fun that I never built one. Halloween gets bottom B. I hate this. I hate it. Like, I hate everything about it. Like, this unit alone, I hate it. It's so fucking annoying. Even D tier, I hate that unit so fucking much. Melia has been used for the longest time for giants, but now she is obsolete, which makes her obsolete for me as well. So the family goes down into C bottom. Like Bella, really cool. Abigail, cool. Scarlet, cool. And then we have Christina. Christina was hailed as like the worst net 5 in the game. Then they buffed her, and she wasn't the worst net 5 in the game anymore. But funnily enough, everyone shut up, but no one uses her. Literally no one uses her. I know no one that uses her. We're gonna bump that up into S tier, just for me. Just because I'm a simp like that. I literally couldn't give a shit. Some units, I have to say, I read. There are 1,600 units in here. I don't care about 1 or 2. That should be fine. Bottom of C. Like, just because of the dark and the light one, really cool. So we're gonna keep this short. This Stringmaster goes into S because they start with an S as well. Stringmaster, S tier. I never knew that this, like, her name is Kalantatze. Like, what the fuck is that name? I used to really like Assassin's Creed, so let's put her B tier bottom, like here. Then we have that Lollipop Warrior that you can get with coins. I didn't because, I mean, look at him. I feel like a very special kind of person uses that thing. And I don't want to associate with them. Like, you know what, no, not C, it's D tier. D like disgusting. Ugh. I'm not a Street Fighter fan, but I'm a damage fan. So Chun-Li gets actually bottom, no, not quite bottom, but like bottom half of A tier. Alright, Eivor, and the pendant to that is the Mercenary Queens. I used to play with the wind and the fire one. I don't have the dark and the light one, so I'm sad. I also don't have the water one, so I'm even more sad. So because I'm sad, it goes into the C tier, the bottom half of C tier. I love that the company who like made Assassin's Creed named their company after an erectile dysfunction. Like, that's kind of brave. Just for that, I guess we can give it like the bottom of B tier. All pretty bad. I just like the light one really, so Because I like the light one, we're gonna put like top of C tier. They nerfed Deborah. They pissed off the people who had her, and the people who didn't have her, like, it also didn't help them a lot. So, Rune Hammersmiths go B middle tier, I'd say. Not even lower, like a little bit lower here. The wind one is fun, the blue one is kind of fun, the red one is wasted potential. So, Robos are B tier, middle of the pack. So cute, so cute. They are all really weird. That's all I'm gonna say to all of them. So this is like the fast round. Look at this. Bottom of C, bottom of C, bottom of C. Like, I couldn't care less about the cookies, I think. I mean, they are like the thing that we like about Summoners War, right? The gambling aspect. This is why we play Summoners War. So this is kind of sad. So let's put those bottom of B. Azura. All of them look interesting. All of them aren't. Huh. Oh boy. Does anyone remember when Kaki was released? That was a funny shit show. You know what? Bottom of A tier. Who is a good boy? Who is a good boy? Who is looking very cute and is a good boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Just because of the looks. Just because of the looks. I love using Vanessa though, so also in the game. Curious go A tier. Top list, even top spot. Dragon, Zyros. Zyros was one of the units I haven't had for like 8 years, and now I have him, which is way too late. But Viral is still fun. Dragons go into bottom of A tier, or like, yeah, bottom of A tier. It's a pretty damn good place. And still, there's always the discussion, is Perna a boy or a girl? Believe it or not, people actually fought at wars about that. Perna goes A tier, middle of the thing. Ooh, the Chimeras. Okay. You know what? It's an S tier. It's such an easy S tier. You know why? Because I have this unit. If I wouldn't have this unit, it wouldn't be an S tier. But this is all the reasoning I need. Like, I have Shan, so it's an easy S tier. Like, it goes up right. You know what? It's the top of S tier even. Because it's my favorite unit right now. The crack horror. I mean, the oracles. Yeah. What were we saying? Yeah, of course. I mean, what were we saying? Yeah. You know, A tier. All of them are good. Wait, Nikki is good. Laura is good. Charlotte is good. Annabelle is good. Rika is good. It's another best girl. Best boy, best girl. You go right on the top to, let me see, like next to Crawler, I would say even. I mean, Leo is one of my favorite units in the whole game. That's an easy thing. Like, Leo is one of my favorite units in the game, so it goes right next to the Chimera. Monkey. He is the only thing, the dark version is the only thing that holds him back from being like a best boy family. I would say they're easy A tier, right up here behind, like in front of the twins. It's nostalgia. Okay, I have to be honest, this is complete nostalgia. Ariel was the very first net 5 I pulled, so you know what? We're gonna put the Archangel in the A tier next to Vanessa. Quick rant incoming. Why the fuck in 9.5 years I have never pulled this guy, the water guy, or the wind guy? I also never had that as an option in the blessing or whatever. I have the dark one. He's shit, by the way. It's gonna stay in the B tier, like B, top B tier because of Chandra, to be honest. It's just Rocky is so situational, but that makes her A tier. Like, whole hell lady family is easy A tier next to Zera. Oh, there they are, my little wheat boys. I mean, look at this. They are like, look at their eyes and look at the fog that is around here. Pioneer family gets an A. And you know what? Let's put it next to Etna. Polar Queens. I'm so... Oh, level 62. They look so nice, and then they were like, ooh, let's give her like this. What is this supposed to be? She is A tier, but she is bottom of A tier. Yeah. Mananananananan is a very interesting name. So, just out of a gut feeling, I'm gonna put it into B, middle of the thing. The Desert Queen. I would love if they would be named Dessert Queen, because I would love to have them for dessert. I get flashbacks, like 9 or 10 seasons of Genny Halfor. Oh, that pulls her back so much in my opinion. Just because of that, you know, just because of that, we're gonna put the Desert Queens into C. Like C, middle of the thing. To be honest, they look like Ifrits, and everything that reminds me of Ifrits is automatically bad. So, sorry, but you are bottom of C tier. Where do I put the panda? Panda gets a gut feeling of B, top of the ranks. The unicorns on the other side. You know, yes. 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 What should I say? Josie's annoying, the rest is whatever. So, fuck you, Josie. No. Yes? No. Yes? Lightning Emperor, he's essential. You know, he's like Colleen. Like essential for raid, so I guess next to Konami, I would say. Bile, like I'm the biggest Bile simp boy there is. I love this unit. No discussion whatsoever, it's an S unit for me. A rare case where all of them are good except the dark one. Oh, it's like the monkey problem. All of them are kind of useful except the dark one. We're gonna put that up next to the monkey. Above the monkey even. But I like the design. I love the design actually. This is actually what I have in my design as well, like for my YouTube channel and stuff. So, you know what? This, because I like the style, it's A tier. Let's put it next to the twins, next to the monkey even. I have to say that the 5-1 like saved my ass so many times. So, and more I use constantly. So just because of that, I'm gonna put them into the A tier. Ken, on the other hand, like his thing is the Shadow Claw. The Shadow Claw looks way cooler than Ken, and I never made use of Ken. I tried him once for a dungeon. Never again. Bison is always giving me the impression of like, yeah, Kamerad, yeah. The Slayers look cool on the other hand, and I use Sagar constantly. So let's put them together. You know what? I'm gonna make something stupid. I'm gonna put the Zagar in the bottom of B tier and the Slayer in the bottom of A tier. Kinda cute though. Except this thing here. A little bit bottom of, like in the lower half of B tier. I'm so conflicted. I have Daniel, so I love Daniel. I hate Oliver, I hate Miles. And I couldn't care less about John and Jackson. He was my very first LDNet 5, that's a bonus, so the Sky Surfers get a straight S. I hate that unit. I hate Riley so freaking much. I hate Riley. You know what? This is the conclusion. We hate Riley. Weapon Masters. I got Dominic when he got nerfed twice, so I got him way too late. But I love the design, so we're gonna put them into A in the middle. Since I like the design of the hand, and since it's a Hypno-Meow, like they came with the Hypno-Meows, let's put them into the B tier, like second place of B tier. I freaking love the design, and I would love to have the light or the dark one. That's an easy A tier actually. A tier. Like, put it in front of this one here. You know what? This one, this one, this one, this one, they all go for me in the same category. I don't give a shit about any of the cookies. Like, I meant it when I said it before. I know that the water one is good, but I don't care. And I hate Manon, and I hate the cookies, and fuck the cookies, like literally. Not literally, but just don't. I'm pissed. I have the light one, and it was semi-useful. Like, it was not good, but it was kind of usable before. Now it's just a shitty bastet in my eyes. I have it and I hate it. So, you know what? Puppeteer goes into bottom of C tier, just because I hate what they did with it. I hate the wind one. The water one is okay-ish, I guess, but overall the Indras need some work. So Indra, you go into in the lower half of C tier. S, like S, literally S. I know they all suck. They're vampires. They have to, but still. They should be S, just because I love the design. We're gonna put them into the S tier, yay! Oh, I'm so not biased. I love the fact that they made units that don't necessarily have big tits, you know? I mean, they do, kind of, but the belly is bigger. So it's more like this rough look, and I like that. At least it's a new fusion. The new fusion is kind of cool, so we're gonna put it B bottom half. Fire one is good, Shizuka was good, Gyo is annoying as hell, Seimei is used, Duman is used. There is a case to say that she is best girl. If everything can be used, even if it's just RTA, then it's best girl. But it's bottom best girl in my opinion. It's kind of cool, but they also remind me of the Ifrits, which is a big minus, so... Sorry, you go down to, let's say, bottom of C. I put it over any, like the male one, just because she doesn't remind me of females. So we're gonna put this, like we put the male one on the bottom of C, so we put the female one on the top of, on the bottom of B. I think that should be all. Yeah, that should be actually all. I think that's all the monsters, actually. Like, this is my list. This is how I rank the Thunderstorm monsters in no particular order, just on random feelings I got today. Well, what should I say? I hope you enjoyed this video. If not, that sucks to be you, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!